Hola! Today we're going to be reviewing how to conjugate verbs in el imperfecto, the other past tense that we will be using the first half of this year. You've used the imperfecto in Spanish 2 at the very end and in Spanish 3 last year. And what we're going to do today is we're going to review how we conjugate verbs and the basic rule, the most basic rule that we use when it comes to when we use the imperfecto. Remember that this will all get more complex within the next few days when we discuss rules for when we use el pretérito and when we use el imperfecto. Now, we need to know para qué se usa. What's it used for? One of the things you might ask is, okay, there's already el pretérito, which is a past tense. Why do we have two? Remember that typically we use el pretérito, or the preterite, to talk about things that happened once, or events that are over and done with and are not going to be repeated, or had not been repeated. We use the imperfecto to talk about actions that were repeated in the past or actions that happened often in the past. So, por ejemplo, we have mi familia y yo íbamos a Florida cada año. You could translate this as saying my family and I went to Florida every year, or my family and I used to go to Florida every year. Mi tío siempre pasaba mucho tiempo pescando en el Golfo de México. My uncle always spent, or always used to spend, a lot of time fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. Now we need to know how we conjugate verbs in el imperfecto. The nice thing about el imperfecto is that it's much simpler in terms of conjugation rules. There aren't any stem changing rules to remember, there are no spelling changes with any verbs, and there are only 3 irregular verbs in the entire tense. Almost every single verb you're going to see is regular. We're going to start off with los verbos AR. So please, quita la AR, get rid of the AR. Y añade las terminaciones, add the endings below. Aba, abas, aba. Abamos, abais, aban. Note, please, that the yo form and the la usted form have the same spelling and the same pronunciation. So as you work with el imperfecto, it's going to be very important to look for context clues to make sure that you know to whom a sentence is referring. Moving on to los verbos er e ir. First thing you need to do, quita la er o ir, get rid of that er or ir, and then añade las terminaciones. Ia, ias, ia, íamos, iais, ian. Please note that the first I in each conjugation, and I'm saying first I because the vosotros form does have 2, does have an accent over it. Also note that once again, the yo form and the la usted form have the same spelling and same pronunciation when you conjugate a verb in the imperfect. Ahora, pausa el video, choose 2 verbs, 1 AR verb, and 1 ER verb, because that's what we have on the most recent vocab sheet, and conjugate them in the spaces provided on your notes, in your notes packet. Moving on, our last slide. These are likely the shortest notes you'll get all year. You need to make sure that you have written down accurately the conjugations for los 3 verbos irregulares en el imperfecto. These are the only 3 verbs that are irregular in the imperfect. We start with ser, to be, and the conjugations are era, eras, era, éramos, eres, eran. Ir, to go, iba, ibas, iba, íbamos, ibais, iban. And ver, to see. Veía, veías, veía, veíamos, it should be veíais, V-E-I-A-I-S, on that vosotros form. And veían. Apologize for the typo. Make sure that your vosotros form of ver is veíais, V-E-I-A-I-S. When you're done, please make sure that you complete the practice activities on the bottom of this sheet and complete some of the games to practice that you can find on Canvas below the link to the video. Gracias.